So, most samurais out there are pretty crusty by this day and age, and sometimes the horn doesn't work, and it's really annoying. So, I'm going to show some people that may not know a lot about this how to get your horn working. The first thing you can try doing is testing if the horn works at all. These little terminals just come right off. Then I got some alligator clips you can get at the dollar store or wherever. Just hook them straight to your battery. Either way doesn't matter on these, just one lead to positive and one lead to negative, and you should hear some noise. Might want to clean these off with some sandpaper. It's usually the culprit with these is corroded connections and terminals, but if the horn works from that point like mine does, then you can move on. If not, with the age of these wires, just run new wires through the cabin to here and from the fuse panel, whatever. But if it works from there, then you go into here, you check your fuse box. I don't have the original panel anymore, so I kind of forgot which one's the horn. Fairly sure it's that one, but not too sure. But fuses was good. I just checked it. So my problem has to be in the horn assembly itself, or what activates the horn. So the way to check that is really, really easy. You just take your hand here and go, whoop, that's off. And this is just a series of connectors, you know, it's grounded right there, and when these touch these other connector plates, it makes a noise. Shouldn't make a noise. My horn's pretty tired. But if it doesn't do anything, then here's where you start. You just simply move these clips out of the way. Probably take a picture of how this is assembled if you're kind of forgetful, but it isn't too hard. And then go. Let that first assembly out of the way. Don't lose these little white spacers. They go on these pegs. So this assembly here has different contact points that you should take some sandpaper here. Just clean the hell out of them. You can kind of see them there. Those little points. Anywhere you might think, come on. Anywhere you might think that electrical activity goes on, you know. Right there on the peg holes, whatever. These little brass pins. Sand those pretty good, and the opposite side of them. And on here, this assembly comes off as well. See those spacers. Sorry about my camera not focusing. And on here you have these copper, brass, whatever plates. Just sand those pretty good. Sand off any other corrosion, any other places you'd like to. And then this little arm here, sand off the corrosion on both sides of it. And this plate, you want to sand off all the corrosion around there and make it really nice. And maybe clean it with a dab of brake clean or soap and water if you have it. And from there, you should just be able to assemble it back together, just like this. Put the spacers on. And then this, there's like a little hole back here, and this feeds through it, that little prong there. Oh yeah, sand the hell out of that. It's usually really corroded. Just shove that back into there, and then these just clip back on into place. Sometimes you have to move the clips out of the way, or sometimes you can just give it the beans and shove it in. But assemble this and verify the horn works, and show you how to use that and how this that horn button here interacts with it. Gosh dang it. I have one hand. we go. Yeah, just push that back at the same time. Slide this down. Now these contacts here engage with these little things here, little pins, to do this. Come on. Pretty sure they all have to be pressed in series at the same time. Mine just doesn't want to do anything. Yeah, mine's still pretty crusty. Doesn't really want to work. But if you do all that and you just kind of work this for a while and try to get that relay moving again, probably has it for many, many years if you have an old Samurai, should work. If it doesn't, just put it to a switch. It's what everyone does with these, whatever. But sometimes it's nice to just have the original button, not have to reach under your dash to use something that every other car can use with no problem. But let's see. There you go. Hopefully that helped a couple people out there, 3 or 4, whatever.